Gyeongnam Psychiatric Hospital. The abandoned hospital whose elaborate ghost stories cover up the dirty truth, an uneventful sanitation issue and other mundane reasons for its demise. The Gyeongnam Psychiatric Hospital has been called one of the most haunted places in South Korea, and CNN has claimed it was one of the freakiest places in the world, but the truth of this place isn't the supernatural hotbed that makes for good media fodder. The hospital was closed in the 1990s and abandoned for more mundane reasons than their tall tales would have you believe. Gyeongnam was forced to close mainly due to economic downturns, unsanitary conditions, and problems with the sewage disposal system, not due to insane doctors or murderous patients. As the sewage problem grew, the owner left the country and did not leave documentation behind about the land or the buildings on it. Man, sounds like it was a pretty situation. Severals Hospital, England. Reports suggest that this psychiatric hospital in England tortured patients. It is said that people who were given treatments at Severals weren't mentally ill at all. Many women and teenagers were allegedly given treatments against their will. During World War II, many patients lost their lives and died due to German bombings. Visitors claim that they have been pushed by an unknown entity on several occasions, while others have complained about an eerie sensation like they are being watched by unseen eyes. No one dares to come close to this abandoned building anymore. This freaks me out because the idea of being put into an asylum when you're not actually insane is so trippy, because you have to prove that somebody is insane. But if they don't think they're insane, like for instance, I'm not insane, but somebody hearing that, and I don't know, I flail a lot, could be like, no, she is insane. People who are insane don't know they're insane. And it's like this weird back and forth of hypocrisy and ridiculousness. Also, if you were a hysterical woman, you'd be put into these places, so I guess you would have found me there. Denver Lunatic Asylum, Massachusetts. This mental asylum was opened in 1878 for mentally unfit criminals, but due to the shortage of staff and increase in patients, deaths would go unnoticed for days. Someone's death here was usually discovered when their bodies started to. That's awful. Locals believe that this asylum is now home to a number of ghosts and witches, where'd they come from, who've been trapped. I guess the witches just showed up because people thought they were insane and put them in here, but all this time they actually put a hex on you or something like that, so that's awful. But you know what? Put hexes on them. They were probably really mean. Hey guys, it's Rachel Fisher back again with Top 10 Central Dark, and today we are covering our top 10 abandoned hospitals that you should never visit. For many reasons. A lot of people die there. You know it's rife with spiritual activity, so I guess unless you want to see them, you should go. But if you don't want to see them, don't go. Because, yeah, it's too scary. Because you're definitely going to come across some like insane, oh, I don't want to say that, like some haunted ghost, because obviously these places were awful. Anyways, let's keep going. Beechworth Lunatic Asylum, Australia. This asylum in Australia was apparently home to some of Australia's most unstable, violent, and tortured criminals. It was known for its abusive staff members and a number of very mysterious disappearances that were surreptitiously brushed under the rug. According to rumors, lethal experiments were conducted by doctors on these patients, and over 3,000 people died here. Local residents claim to hear sounds of playing around in the area and seeing ghostly apparitions floating around in the corridors. What were doing there? Good God. I'm sure there's some good done in psychiatric hospitals, but like, really doesn't seem like there's been a good past for them, has there? Really? Lobotomies? Who thought of that? Disgusting. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, Louisville, Kentucky. An epidemic of tuberculosis was overtaxing medical facilities in Kentucky when the State Board of Tuberculosis Hospital decided to add on to the 40 to 50 bed sanatorium it had opened in 1910. Patients at Waverly could expect treatments that varied from balloons implanted into their lungs to the removal of ribs and chest muscles to allow for lung expansion. Balloons? Nowadays, the tunnel area is where the ghosts hang out, according to visitors to what is now a tourist attraction. They have also reported seeing the ghosts of a nurse in room 502. Balloons? I don't know how I feel about that. They were probably more scientific balloons, you know, like made for that maybe, but that's still what I've got in my mind is just like balloons. It's ridiculous. Imagine they filled them with helium. Eloise Complex, Westland, Michigan. What started out as a poorhouse and farm in 1839 gradually expanded to a psychiatric hospital, a tuberculosis sanatorium, and a County Hospital. Eloise was a virtual city unto itself, consisting of 76 buildings on a 900-acre property and housing about 10,000 people who were homeless, mentally ill, or in hospital care, along with 2,000 staff members. It also had many of its own support services, including a fire station, power plant, and cemetery, with numbers on the stones instead of names? That's sad. Modern day visitors have said they've encountered mysterious moans, screams, and a spectral woman in white in an asylum. An intrepid TV reporter who explored the facility returned with shots of glowing lights floating around her and the camera crew. I always love how there's like a glowing white woman. Like, it's not a ghost story unless there's a glowing white woman in it. Like a white dressed woman. Why does the afterlife have such a limited choice when it comes to dead people clothes? It's a dumb joke. It's a fucking dumb joke. It's fine. Rolling Hills Asylum, Bethany, New York? When they put like the letters next to like, it could be anything. The Rolling Hills Asylum opened in 1827 as the Genesee County Poorhouse. According to an official newspaper and announcement at the time, the place was open to habitual drunkards, lunatics, or a vagrant. A vagrant, not many. Regardless of their reasons for being there, all residents were referred to as inmates. Perhaps that is what the ghosts are so ticked off about. Oh yeah, I'm not an inmate, I'm a vagrant. The facility was also known to perform lobotomies and electric shock therapy, which is so terrible, by the way. Some people still perform it, which is insane. These days, one of the most frequently seen ghosts is Roy. Oi Roy! What's up, Roy? Who died in 1942, rumored to have been 7 feet tall in life. Damn. Roy reportedly spends his afterlife as an equally tall shadow, crying. Roy? Oh, I just want to give Roy a hug. With a name like Roy, you just know he's a good guy. You can't be a mean guy if you're named Roy. Willard Asylum for the Chronic Insane, Ovid, New York. Many of the patients admitted to the now abandoned Willard Asylum for the Chronic Insane, New York died there and were buried in graves marked not with names but by numbers. What the heck is with asylums for being such dicks? This abandoned asylum, which opened in the last quarter of the 1800s, was set up to provide better treatment for those who were unable to care for themselves. Rather than being locked away in squalid conditions in an almshouse, this facility promised better care for those who could not fit into everyday society. Like all asylums, significant budget cuts led to overcrowding or deplorable treatment of patients. Then, after an expose in the 1970s by Geraldo Rivera, the wheels were set in motion to start the closing of this and all other facilities. Good freaking riddance. Would I have been put into an asylum? I don't know. Do I cause enough trouble? No, I'm pretty good. Belitz-Heist-Atten Hospital, Berlin. I probably said that wrong. I welcome corrections, so you know what to do. Belitz-Heist-Atten Hospital in Berlin has had a horrifying past, as it was originally built as a tuberculosis sanatorium to treat during World War II. This is the same hospital where young recovered after being wounded in World War I. Half the section of the hospital still remains operational as a neurological rehabilitation center and as a center for research and care for victims of Parkinson's disease. The rest of the complex was abandoned in 1994. Local residents believe that this building is haunted by the spirits of those who died here. Most likely. Once again, most likely. If a lot of people died there, it's probably haunted. Old Changi Hospital, Singapore. Built in 1935, Old Changi Hospital was initially used as a Royal Air Force hospital, but during World War II it was converted into a Japanese prison camp where people used to be tortured for being anti-Japanese. Many people have complained about spotting apparitions of bloody Japanese soldiers and children wandering the empty corridors at night. Visitors have also complained about hearing disembodied voices and seeing shadows flitting from corners of the room. Some also claim to be pushed by unseen hands. Creepy. Again, terrifying. Don't want to go there. Don't bother. It's not gonna be fun for you. But if you do go, commit. If you hear a sound, go check it out. Just saying. We're gonna go, do it. Go big or go home. Okay? Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time, and if you like this video, you know what to do. Like it, press that little button, and subscribe for more to stay up to date, and comment down below any videos you think we missed, or hospitals you think we missed, or just, I don't know, tell me about your day. What's the scariest thing you've seen this weekend? I've been your host, Rachel Fisher, and until next time guys, take care and stay scared. Again. That funny feeling. I'm so addicted. Bo Burnham, he's such a genius. Welcome to the internet. Oh, that's not it. All right, Louisville. Okay, why? Kentucky?
Yeah.
All right. Decided to add on to the 40 to 50 bed sanatorium to what? Decided to add on to the 40 to 50 bed sanatorium and had opened tonight. What the heck? Okay. An intrepid TV reporter who explored the facility to return. Oh God. What the f is doing so well? And I said it in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm doing very well with this, and then I f***ed it up. An intrepid TV. Then, after exposure in the 1970s by Geraldo Rivera. What? Rivera? Then, after Gyeongnam? Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna pronounce this because I'm reading it for the first time, so all y'all correct me, please. Hey guys, it's Rachel Fisher back again with Top 10 Central Dark. I should probably do the intro, should do the end. Belitz Heilstatten Hospital, Berlin. Oh, I can't say that on YouTube. Ooh, naughty.